I'm pretty sure Green has found our new base. Oh, I can never hide. He's right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft Season 6. Today, we are starting things off in a giant mess. Take a look at all of this. This is really getting out of hand. So, since last episode, I have been playing around a little bit with villagers. As many of you knows, I really want to get a functioning village system up on this island ASAP. The main reason I haven't done so though is because Minecraft keeps changing. Every snapshot that is released, something changes with the gossip system and all these things. And it's a little bit frustrating at this point in time because I had come up with like the perfect machine to get super cheap prices. And yeah, I mean super cheap prices. 1 emerald per mending book. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. So I had a tutorial planned out and everything for how to get these insane trades, and I also discovered a loophole. You see, this line here sells 3 bookshelves for 1 emerald. 3 bookshelves, that's 9 books, right? And this line here sells 1 book for 1 emerald. So that means that this is essentially 9 emeralds, which is really weird. You can just trade back and forth. Can you reset? Can you go to work? Go do your job. Do your job, Bobby. Do your freaking job. While we wait for the questionable brain of Bobby to consider his options, I want to show you quickly how this is done, because this is a thing that is such a cool game mechanic and it takes a little bit of prep work to make this work. Basically, what you need to do is have a village breeder, and then you need to send that village breeder into a zombifying machine, which is essentially just a zombie sitting next to a villager. So in here, this guy was actually once a villager. I guess we'll just make a pen right next to this villager. Here's the trick for this though. You want to put a trapdoor there, so that when we shoot him from his little pen over there, he comes up on this rail and stops on this trapdoor. I'll show you why. It's really weird. We need to make sure to encase the guy like that. We also need to make sure that he doesn't burn to death. This is so messy, but it's temporary, I promise. Let's give our guy a few walls, and let's just make sure that he is stuck in there. Okay, I think everything is good. Now what we need to do is get him into a minecart. He's holding a minecart at the moment, which is really weird. I think he picked one minecart up. And we need to separate him from this other zombert here. I may have to do a sacrificial move here and sacrifice myself for this. If I jump in and push you out. Yes, okay. And ender pearls are the best ever. Haha. Yeah, this is your new home now. It's the most garbage home ever, but there you go. You're welcome, dude. Hopefully. Yes, okay, he's in. I don't know why it's funny, but it's always funny when zombies are sitting in minecarts. They look so sad. Okay, so now when he's in this position, we're gonna cure him. Weakness potion, golden apple. Take this to the face and eat my golden apple. Yes! You're shaking. You are shaking drastically. So this next process takes quite a while. I think it's like up to 5 minutes. And if I remember correctly, you can actually increase the speed by adding iron bars next to it or around it. I don't really know if that's true though. So it would be interesting to see down below in the comments if someone actually knows if this is a thing, but I'm just gonna add them anyway. Now, as I said, I actually did a proper tutorial video halfway through on all of this, where I built a machine that did all of these steps automatically, and it was super cool. The only problem is, in the next version of Minecraft, by the looks of things, this is going to change. So what happens currently is, if you do cure a zombert into a villager, they get super good prices, as you can see here. Because the reputation with this villager is, well, fantastic. He's like, oh no, you saved my life, thank you. That's Bobby's voice, by the way. I've never really liked it. But yeah, he's really happy about us saving his life. And so he's providing us with those prizes. But in the next version of Minecraft, by the looks of things, the reputation system will decay. So even if we did save someone, they may have good prizes from the beginning, but then they're gonna forget about it. In other words, Mojang has decided to give them garbage memory in the future. They don't remember anything. There's one reason to have a bad memory as a villager, and that is if a player like me, for example, would punch them, they'll forget about that in the future. Now, the cool thing with this here, this little contraption that I built, is that when the villager gets cured, he's gonna fall through that trapdoor magically. I think that trapdoor can even be a full block, but I'm not entirely sure if they take suffocation damage. But he's gonna, yeah, oh, there it goes. That was perfect. You saw that? You're the laziest guy in the world. Whew. Okay, so now this guy's a librarian, and he sells piercing 4 for 3 emeralds. Oh, this is so crazy. And here we go. After I just reset it a few times, I have a mending book for 1 emerald. And I'm just gonna buy a few of these to prove a point. It's so crazy. So let's buy all of these bookshelves. We got 18 bookshelves from him. Oh my goodness. Okay, so every bookshelf is 3 books. So I got 9 books in my inventory right now. And his next trade is 1 book to an emerald. So I take my 9 books from my 3 bookshelves. And boom, I made profit. You gave me profit, dude. So I just bought a ton of mending books, as you can see over here, and I made profit from this guy as well using this trade here. I mean, in reality, I can understand why this system is getting changed slightly, but I hope that they don't fully change it. I think that it would be a good balance if a zombie, if a villager has ever been a zombie and has been cured, that he kind of remembers that and has a base price that's lower than the others, because truthfully, like, this takes time to set up, and this is not even set up properly. This is very much botched together, but setting this up properly is actually a really fun and enjoyable process that I personally really enjoy. We're gonna move on for today though, because I want to show you what else I've been doing. I've been doing some massive progression. I did this on a live stream with a lot of you guys. Check this out. I have completely removed all the sand around this place, and whilst we wait for the render glitches to stop, this looks absolutely incredible. As I was saying, this looks absolutely incredible. And I'm planning on building the ocean up a little bit behind here over time so that we get nice coral reefs going through, and yeah, just beautiful things to look at. But this cyan stained glass, now that they've fixed so that glass doesn't flow next to it, it looks breathtaking. It's absolutely incredible. So today what I want to do is actually construct the guardian farm inside here. Now that we got this perimeter, we have got the possibility to control the spawns of guardians, which is basically what any farm is essentially doing. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get on that. I do need a little bit of glass for this though, and when I say a little bit, I probably need quite a bit. And for this project, I'm actually gonna want blue stained glass. I don't think I've ever used this, but I think it's gonna look pretty sick. So the guardian farm I want to build is obviously, its main purpose is to supply Sahara with sea lanterns and the prismarine blocks, because as I've said before, we can't really use the Concorp owned one for that. And this is a design that I've come up with, and then I got a little bit of help from Gnembon MC to make it even faster. Thank you ever so much, Gnembon, for helping me out with that. But this is basically the start. We're gonna have 2 giant tanks. This is gonna look sick, by the way. 2 giant tanks, and these are 9 by 12 if you want to build this yourself. And then we're gonna have a drop chute in the middle, which is just a 2 by 2 encased in, well, I'm gonna use glass for this. I'm sorry, but we all thought about it. Let's be honest. Okay, I should really do this thing now. So during today's time lapse, I thought I'd take some time and try and explain some of the core mechanics that makes the guardian farm, well, actually any mob farm in Minecraft work, or the important things with any mob farm in Minecraft. And a few things you should know. The very first thing that you should always remember is that hostile mobs will spawn 24 blocks away from the player. So if the player is AFKing or standing in an XP grinder less than 24 blocks away from the spawning spots, then you're actually blocking the spawning spots. The second thing, which I've talked about a lot when I did my wither skeleton farm, is that you want to make sure that no other mobs than the mobs that you are looking to farm are spawning within a radius of 128 blocks away from the AFK spot or the grinding spot. And that's usually what takes the longest with any mob farm. That includes lighting up caves or slabbing areas or placing 50,000 buttons down in case of the wither skeleton farm. But it's a very important step in order to get high rates in any mob farm. Secondly, the thing that you're doing when you're making any mob farm is that you're making all of these things ideal for the mobs that you want to spawn. A guardian farm is very special because they have a special bounding box in Java Minecraft where they spawn inside an ocean monument, and we clear out all the water to make sure that we can control where the guardians spawn, and by doing that we can then funnel them into weird areas or whatever, which I'm actually making right now on screen. I'm making the funnel system that will take them into their death pit of doom where we'll collect all their loot. So yeah, that's like the core mechanic of mob farms. If you know these things, it is a lot easier to build a mob farm. And then of course you need to know the spawning rules of the specific mob that you need to farm, like height for creepers or water temples for guardians, etc. Anyway, let's get back into it. This looks seriously cool right now. I think it looks seriously like high-end, sort of modern tank. I don't know, it looks seriously cool anyway. The thing that I'm doing first though is, where did I do it? Is it this side? No, over here. If you look closely, I mean you can barely see it, but if you look very closely you can see that I've placed down string here all the way around 3 blocks out from these tanks at the very top spawning layer, which is this blue glass here. And I'm doing this, it's a bit of a game mechanical thing where you want to try and get something called pack spawns to spawn more frequently, and essentially doing this should increase the yield or the rates of this farm by 50%. And that's pretty significant. Those of you who know me knows that this is something that's way over my head on smartness level. So this is one of the tips that Gnembon told me when I showed him my design to improve the rate. So big thank you to Gnembon MC for the information. I mean, he knows his stuff. So next up we gotta start placing down the water, and this is the scary part of building a guardian farm, I suppose. Apart from clearing out the water, we gotta place no. No. Aha, yes. Much better. So I think the safest thing to do is start with the water streams that are going to carry the guardians down, and make sure that I have all of these things set up correctly, and that is looking really good. Okay, and then we need these two here that are going to push the guardians into the middle chamber. And that is that side completely done. And that is the other side completely done. Okay, so now for the tricky water. And this is also where we're going to start having the guardians spawning, which is going to be scary. I'm going to try and use some invisibility potions for this, but we're going to be a little bit smart here with our water streams. I'm going to fill this entire platform up here on my last spawning chamber. This is block Y59, which is the last block guardians actually spawn at. Again, thank you Gnembon for that info, because I thought that it was sea level, but it's actually Y level 59. So we're going to fill this with slabs, and then we're going to waterlog them, which I don't think that we can do with ice. Oh, don't tell Mambo, but we're gonna have to use buckets for this one. And for those of you who are interested in doing a guardian farm on your own, I do recommend doing this process before you place down the roof, because we're gonna have a roof on top of this, but the roof will increase the spawn rates of the fishes. So that's why I'm doing this first. Okay, but we got 1 row done and a bunch of rows to go. Okay, I guess this is very promising. Look at that! So both of the tanks are now filled with the waterlogged slabs, and Exuma is even online, and I haven't lit up the caves. That looks very, very, very promising. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now next we need to make sure that we only have source blocks in there. And this is going to be one of those annoying things to do, which is probably going to take me a good hour or so. I'm going to try and be smart though. And we're going to use invisibility potions for this. Fermented spider eye. The most disgusting thing in Minecraft. They look so gross. I gotta say, brewing potions in Minecraft, not my favorites. Not my favorite things to do. So here comes the scary moment. Take off the armor, drink the potion, and this didn't used to work. This is actually something that works now that didn't used to work. And then we're gonna use the kelp, and I guess we gotta get into these as well. If I break these blocks, I should be fine. I guess. Oh, I can't place this on soul sand. You can't see my face, but it's a bad expression right now. Dang it! Hello? What? Why are you here? I don't want anything. Go away. This is spawning chamber number 1 completed. Alright, the second tank has been filled with source blocks as well. And that actually went fairly smooth. I didn't expect it to go that smooth. That felt really, really good. So the next step is to fill the water on top here, and this is why everybody should care about ice. This is such an easy task with ice. So just break it like that, and if I measured everything, yep, that looks good. Oh! I still had my lighter on. I don't know what that noise was. And that's the second one. Okay, so at this moment in time, I have 1 invisibility potion left. I take my stuff off, which is a little bit annoying with Depth Strider. But, or should I? Yeah, I should. So drink this potion. And now I'm gonna go ahead and break these slabs, which should mean that the guardians are now free to roam up here and down now into our killing chamber. Now, I haven't installed the soul sand back. Don't know why everybody is chilling down there. It's like they're sleeping. Oh my goodness, this looks insane. And at this moment in time, we're actually almost completely done with this farm. But now we need to put a roof on this. And this step here is also very important because it increases the spawn rates. I'm going to go with cyan terracotta just because I think it's going to look the coolest. I'm not entirely sure though. And we shouldn't need to use slabs here because we're still within the bounding box of the ocean monument, I think. This may be wrong information. We'll see if we get spawns on top of this. Yeah, that actually suits it, I think. This is looking ridiculously cool. And look at all the guardians. Now, I will say this. I haven't yet lit up any caves underneath. And so the rates that we will get now are not going to be the final ones. We should be able to increase them, maybe double them even, if I light up all the caves. But I got to go ahead and place new soul sand underneath or at the bottom now. And I think if I just go underneath the whole thing, it should be an easy task. I can feel my frames going down. Bubbles are being created. Yeah, this is really heavy on the frame rates. And after the first one is done, I can already see guardians falling down. Oh, this is beautiful. Why? Oh, I think I let through a few fishes here. The last 4 blocks of the actual farm, and there we go. I think we've done it. I think everything is actually ready. Oh, I can't wait to see this thing. Well, the frame rates are definitely suffering right now, but it looks like it is working. And like I said, Exuma is AFK and I haven't lit up any caves. So, I mean, although these rates are really bad, let's fly away and despawn all the guys in the caves. Okay, here we go. As we fly back in, we're respawning everything in caves. And look at that! Oh my goodness. I wish my rockets could stop. Yes! That looks a little bit strange over there. But I think they're in the water streams. Oh my goodness. Yes! Yes! Look at this! I need to light the caves up ASAP so that I can get the full... Oh my goodness. This is quick though. This is very, very quick. Didn't actually considering making a pathway down here, but let's see if we can dig in. Okay, so they land on the hoppers and die immediately, and apart from some building blocks while I was doing the chambers, I'd say that is a very successful thing. Considering, again, the caves are not lit up yet. This feels very fast. This is crazy. Oh, now I am going to make, of course, a machine or a thing here that we can switch between full looting or XP so that we put 2 blocks out here and then they will survive and then we can slay them. But by the looks of things, everything is working absolutely beautifully. Oh, I'm so proud of that. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Look at that. Yes, take that, stupid fishes, for all the lasers that you've been shooting to my face. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sahara got lanterns. I can watch this thing all day. I seriously, I could just stand there all day and just enjoy this. I didn't watch it all day, but I stood here for a good 30 minutes to give this a little bit of a test to get an idea of the rates, the first double chest is full, the second double chest is full, and the two on top are getting there, and then we got hoppers. Oh my goodness, so in 30 minutes, yeah, in 30 minutes we got more than 2 double chests of drops. That's ridiculous! How much loot is that? Without cave lighting? That's really, really quick. So obviously there are a lot of things still to do down here. First of all, we need the machine that can switch between one-shot kill and auto-death. Auto-death is of course the AFK mode where we farm all the sea lanterns and stuff like that. The prismarine and I don't really know. The cod, it's probably just gonna get burnt. It's only Concorp members that eat cod. And the second thing is of course that we need a storage system for this where everything gets sorted and properly set up. I also want to make an auto-crafter for the sea lanterns. I think that would be really cool, similar to the one I have for my slime farm, just so that it's easier to make the sea lanterns. Just out of curiosity, if I place a block down here, do they still insta-die? They do. Okay, what about here? Okay, he didn't die. He didn't die there. So that's 1, 2, 3 blocks up. So at this level here, I should be able to one-shot them and mend my stuff. Yes! Yes, I can one-shot them, and I'm not dropping them through lava here because lava would slow it down slightly, because when the fishes fall down they would have to swim in lava. So this should be ridiculously fast for an XP grinder as well to mend all our gear. Oh, this is really good news. If you play Java Survival Minecraft and you've never built a guardian farm, I strongly recommend making one because it is one of the most satisfying things to complete in Minecraft. I'd probably rate this top 3 satisfying things you can do in Survival Minecraft to complete. It is a very grindy process. This has taken me a week to do with a lot of hours off camera, but it is just so insanely satisfying once it's done. It's one of those things that you get very, very proud of and you show your friends, and yeah, it's just a very, very exciting thing to have. And for us, well, we're gonna be selling sea lanterns at Sahara, so that's a very, very double, triple win if you ask me. But I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure to hit the like button down below, and if you're brand new, consider subscribing. But that's gonna do it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you dudes in the next episode.